Welcome to Bible Study for Beginners. We're absolutely thrilled to have you with us today. If our content brings you illumination and inspiration, please support us by subscribing, giving a thumbs up, and ringing that notification bell. Each click empowers us to craft even more enriching and transformative Bible teachings just for you. Today, we're diving into a captivating narrative titled Faith in the Fray, Insights from the Battle of Jericho. This dramatic account, documented in Joshua Says, provides a compelling blend of unwavering faith and obedience, which ultimately leads to victory over challenges that may appear insurmountable. It's a narrative that strikes a chord with each of us, as we each grapple with our own trials and tribulations, navigating the unpredictability of life with hope and the belief that we can triumph. Let's first immerse ourselves in the setting of this extraordinary story. Visualize the Israelites, freshly liberated from the oppressive shackles of generations in Egypt, standing on the precipice of the promised land, a domain they have yearned for, fought for, and prayed fervently for through countless generations. Yet, looming before them is Jericho, an ancient city fortified with immense, seemingly impenetrable walls, symbolizing the formidable challenges each of us encounters in our own pursuit of God's calling in our lives. In this daunting scenario, God speaks directly to Joshua, providing an unconventional battle plan that seemingly defies logic and standard military strategy. The Israelites are commanded to march around Jericho for 6 days, an act that aligns them with God's divine time. The Ark of the Covenant, representing God's steadfast presence, is carried by the priests, accompanied by the resonating sounds of trumpets heralding their march. However, it's on the 7th day that they take 7 circuits around the city, culminating in a unified shout. This command may bewilder our modern sensibilities, yet it encapsulates a profound lesson in trusting God's divine timing and promises. Every step they took around Jericho was not mere ritualistic motion. It was a demonstration of unwavering faith and absolute trust in God's power, proclaimed long before the walls ever yielded. As we engage with this powerful story, we're invited to reflect on its implications for our personal lives. What walls are we marching around in our faith journey? So, what can we glean from this remarkable narrative? It imbues us with powerful lessons about resilience, trust, and the very essence of faith in action. First, it teaches us that faith often requires action, sometimes actions that may seem nonsensical to both us and those around us. The Israelites did not stand idle, they actively engaged in God's directive. Their journey echoes the essence of James Doyle's 20 Essays, declaring, "Faith without works is dead." When we encounter our own personal Jerichos, be it turmoil in our relationships, setbacks in our career, or existential dilemmas, we must muster the courage to take action in faith, even when the path ahead is clouded, yet our resolve remains unwavering. Secondly, this story resonates powerfully with the truth that God's presence is unwavering. Throughout their arduous journey, the Israelites were never left alone. Jehovah was with them every step of the way. This assurance is further illuminated in Matthew 28:20, where Jesus promises, "I am with you always." In our personal battles, we must cling to the profound truth that we are never alone. We carry within us the peace of knowing God walks beside us. With such assurance, our faith emboldens us to confront our challenges head-on. The climactic moment when the walls of Jericho tumble down under the weight of the Israelites' collective shout serves as a vivid reminder of triumph born from steadfast faith. This moment invites us to acknowledge that sometimes God calls us to embrace patience and steadfastness, trusting that His plans reach far beyond our limited vision. How do we embrace this reality in our lives? The answer lies in facing life's obstacles with renewed vitality, secure in the knowledge that God is orchestrating victories beyond our understanding. As we embark on this journey together, stay tuned as we delve deeper into these themes and share practical applications designed to enrich your faith experience every single day. Together, we will uncover how the lessons from Jericho can transform our lives, equipping us to face our own giants with courage and grace. As we delve further into the Battle of Jericho, the story unfolds as a profound illustration of faith actively translated into action. This account, meticulously documented in the book of Joshua, presents God providing Joshua with a distinct and unconventional strategy aimed at conquering the heavily fortified city. For 6 days, the Israelites were instructed to encircle Jericho in absolute silence. Interestingly, the Ark of the Covenant, symbolizing God's steadfast promises, was carried by the priests, in harmony with the compelling resonance of trumpets calling out their faith. On the 7th day, with heightened anticipation, they were charged to circle the city 7 times, culminating in a loud, unified shout that would lead to the miraculous collapse of the once mighty walls. What stands out in this historic narrative is the extraordinary obedience displayed by Joshua and the Israelites. Despite the apparent absurdity of the commensalitely marching around a fortified city while blowing trumpets, Joshua acted promptly in faith and did not waver, exemplifying a crucial attribute of authentic belief. This invites us to reflect on our individual journeys. How often do we let doubts overshadow our faith and blur the divine direction that God has called us to pursue? The Jericho narrative serves as a poignant reminder that, like the towering walls of that city, our own struggles can feel overwhelming at times. However, by intertwining faith with deliberate action aligned with God's guidance, we can witness miraculous outcomes. What we often confront are internal battles, masked as logical reasoning that stand opposed to spiritual guidance. Instead of succumbing to doubt, let us draw profound inspiration from Joshua's resolute faith, examining how we too can obediently act in our lives amidst fear and uncertainty. Equally significant is the collective dimension woven throughout this story. The Israelites undertook this grand mission as a unified entity, underscoring the essential need for shared purpose and mutual encouragement. This emphasizes the crucial role of community and fellowship within our spiritual journeys. Engaging actively with a faith community not only fortifies our resolve but enhances accountability as we walk alongside God, ensuring we remain steadfast in our divine purpose. To transform these insights into practical applications in our daily lives, consider incorporating faith-strengthening rituals. These might include dedicating time for morning prayers, immersing yourself in small group Bible studies, or nurturing mentorship relationships with individuals who embody remarkable faith. Remember, akin to the Israelites who did not witness immediate results from their persistent efforts, patience is not merely an abstract virtue. It is a foundational aspect of enduring faith. True faith often involves waiting patiently and firmly holding on to God's timing rather than clinging to our own expectations. As we reflect deeply on the events surrounding Jericho, let us view the challenges we face as opportunities to deepen our faith and reliance on God. By doing this, we acknowledge that He remains vigilant and steadfast, even amid the daunting obstacles that loom before us. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration of the Battle of Jericho, it's crucial to deepen our understanding of how these ancient events resonate with our lives today. The fall of Jericho is not merely a historical highlight. It reveals invaluable insights regarding the essence of faith and God's divine intervention in our everyday struggles. The Israelites' triumphant strategy, a potent amalgamation of faith, unwavering obedience, and relentless perseverance, demonstrates that we too can surmount our hurdles through steadfast belief in God's promises. When confronted with our personal Jerichos, be they crises in our lives, social injustices we encounter, or existential fears that harass our hearts, there may exist overwhelming feelings of despair and helplessness. Yet, this biblical narrative stands as an empowering testimony to the effectiveness of faith expressed in action. Observe the meticulously orchestrated timeline designed by God for the Israelites, marching in silence around the city for 6 days, culminating in a jubilant uproar on the 7th day, when divine power was unleashed. This illustrates that confronting obstacles often unfolds in a divine rhythm that requires both patience and persistent faith before we can witness breakthroughs. Moreover, the method of silent perseverance may appear counterintuitive in a world that values instant gratification. The Jericho narrative teaches us the importance of waiting on God with unwavering faith. The act of circling Jericho transforms into a powerful metaphor for our ritualistic prayers and steadfast trust in God's timing, leading us toward miraculous victories. If you find yourself trapped in a stagnant job, struggling within a challenging relationship, or engulfed by anxiety about the uncertain future, Let this narrative inspire you to maintain vibrant faith even when circumstances seem immovable. Equally vital is acknowledging the spirit of collaboration embedded throughout the Jericho story. The Israelites operated as a cohesive unit, a reminder that our faith journeys thrive best when fortified by community. Reach out to fellow believers to share burdens, lean on each other for strength, and celebrate victories collectively. As a unified body of faith, we significantly enhance our chances of dismantling the walls obstructing our spiritual growth. In this self-examination, take a moment to identify your personal Jericho. What barriers obstruct your spiritual development? How can you implement the principles illustrated in the story of Jericho to navigate through your current challenges? Just as the walls crumbled before the Israelites, know that the obstacles in your life can too experience disintegration. Embrace your faith wholeheartedly, commit to God's purpose for your life, and begin taking bold, courageous steps forward, trusting in the victory that lies just beyond those barriers. With faith as your unwavering guide, nothing is impossible.